Welcome to OMG Kiss Me. Today, we're going to cover the 7 steps for how to get your ex back after they dumped you. Pay close attention to step number 4. It's the most important step in this video if you truly want to get your ex back. Getting dumped has to be one of the most soul-crushing experiences anyone can go through. You care for your ex deeply. You still believe that you two should be together, and yet here you are, wondering how to make them realize it too. Well, never fear. This video will provide 7 simple steps on how to make your ex want you back after they've broken up with you, so your romantic dreams don't have to come crashing down. Step 1. Uncover the underlying issue. I know it's hard to resist the urge to jump ahead and imagine a future where your ex is begging for your forgiveness. But not all stories have such an easy, happy ending, and it's important to acknowledge the problems that led you here in the first place. It may be difficult, but taking time to think through and analyze the issues with your relationship can help you identify what needs to change if you want things to be different next time. This isn't just about how they treated you, although that could certainly play a role, but also how secure and safe you felt in the relationship, how good they made you feel about yourself, etc. So grab a pen and paper and jot down some notes on what went wrong. Really dig deep into those feelings so that they're crystal clear on paper. Be honest with yourself as well. Don't sugarcoat it or ignore any uncomfortable truths that come up. This can make it easier for you to look at things more objectively from an outside perspective. It's understandable that right now, you only want the pain of the breakup to go away. Getting back together seems like a surefire solution. But don't forget, there are other people involved too. Make sure this decision isn't solely based on emotion or impulse. Does your ex deserve another chance? Please don't put yourself in a position where you'll regret it later on, or have to settle for less than you deserve because of one mistake or misunderstanding. Take time to reflect on everything, both good and bad, before making any decisions. There are no shortcuts with love, only sweet, triumphant success stories built on careful self-reflection and true understanding of our own hearts. Step 2. Elevate your status. After a breakup, our emotions can be intense and overwhelming. It is vital to try to understand and control them in order to get your ex to want you back. You must boost your status in their eyes while avoiding anything that will lower it. Getting obsessive about them won't do you any favors, so trying to appear as cool as a cucumber is essential. It may help to understand the science behind a breakup, why it hurts so much, and the changes that happen after one occurs. Studies have shown that our bodies react similarly to heartache as they would physical pain, showing the intensity of the emotion. Additionally, research states that our brain chemistry alters due to decreased dopamine and serotonin levels, hormones that make us feel good and balanced. This shock triggers the fight or flight response in our bodies, sometimes making us feel desperate and out of control. These are all natural responses, but remember that this feeling is only temporary, so stay strong for a little while until it subsides. Avoid doing anything you might regret, as it could ruin your chances of getting your ex back. Step 3. Don't act desperate. When it comes to getting an ex back, it's vital that you don't plead, beg, or act desperate. Men and women of high value know the importance of carrying themselves with dignity, and this definitely applies when trying to get an ex back into your life. Pleading and begging can often result in pushing them further away from you. So instead, let yourself be guided by the mantra, dignity is sexy. No one is ever looking for a bargain in the love department, so take this opportunity to show them precisely what they'd be missing if they don't come back. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Instead, stay calm and collected. No matter how tempted you feel to yell or scream at them, sending endless text messages telling them how much you miss them won't do any good either. The key thing here is that they know they'll have to face the threat of losing their chance with you forever if they don't come around. That's why it's essential that you keep your head held high and remain confident in yourself as a person of high value. Never allow them to think otherwise. It's also crucial that you demonstrate self-respect by being sensible about communication. For example, don't blow up their phone with messages or bombard them with questions about their whereabouts or activities. Respect their space and give them time to process things on their terms. At times like these, It can be difficult not to let our emotions take over, but if there was ever a time when we had to practice self-control, it's now. Don't forget, dignity is always sexy, so make sure that's always at the forefront of your mind when trying to get an ex back in your life. Step 4. Deploy the no-contact rule. If the no-contact rule were a real person, it would be one of those no-nonsense life coaching types who are here to ensure you have the best chance of getting your ex back. No contact would wear smart business attire and pointy glasses, and no matter how much you plead, they won't budge an inch on their zero-contact policy. The no-contact rule means no calling, no texting, and no social media interaction. That's 60 days, at least, in which you must not directly or indirectly try to get in touch with your former flame, no matter how badly you want to. It's the only way for both of you to move past the ruin of your breakup if there is any hope of reconciliation in sight. It won't be easy, but no contact is necessary for healing, for both parties involved. It takes all kinds of courage to go cold turkey. No more messages or posts from either side, no meetups or phone conversations. To truly understand what was lost and why it hurts so much without an ex-lover in your life. Removing yourself entirely from their life gives them time to reflect on what was really good about your relationship and the things they can no longer experience without you being a part of it anymore. Something that can only happen when there is distance between two people. During this period, reality can sink in and trigger natural reactions of regret and longing that are essential for feelings of closure, as well as acceptance that will eventually help them realize what exactly they need from their relationship with you. If anything at all. If there is still hope that your relationship can be fixed, take comfort in knowing that not talking to each other will give both of you the space needed to figure out your emotions. Then, with time, maybe one or both of you will be ready for a new beginning. Together. Step 5. Show them your best self. When it comes to relationships, the honeymoon phase can often be short-lived, and your ex can quickly forget what drew the two of you together in the first place. But there's no reason why you can't give your relationship a second chance, and yourself an opportunity for growth, by reminding them of the best version of you. The best way to do this isn't to try and catch their attention or put on a show. It's about taking time for yourself, doing activities that make you feel good, and focusing on self-improvement. Showing someone your best self is all about showing up as your most authentic self and allowing them to see the real you beneath any hurt or pain. It's important that you spend some time reflecting on your feelings after a breakup because it will help with the healing process. Talk to those closest to you. Take care of yourself with exercise. Wear clothes that make you feel confident and attractive, and treat yourself in whatever way works for you. Showing someone your best self involves showing them how much value you have placed upon yourself after they've left. If personal development interests you, then now would be an excellent time to explore different options, such as reading self-help books or taking online courses or classes. You could also consider new hobbies or skills such as horseback riding, boxing, backpacking, or anything else that will bring more joy into your life. Showing someone your best self is about proving that they made a mistake and giving yourself another chance at happiness. Step 6. Give off "I'm moving on" vibes. It is so important to show your ex that you have moved on in positive ways. How do you do this? How can you keep your dignity and composure while conveying the message? Here are some helpful tips that will help you get your ex back if done right. The first step is to keep your cards close to your chest and bring back the mystery. If you've deployed the no-contact rule from step number 4, then you're already keeping them guessing. Giving off these "I've moved on" vibes will help foster their curiosity about what's going on in your life. Of course, they won't know what you're doing, so their imagination will naturally run wild, leaving them wondering what might be happening. The next step is to push yourself out of your comfort zone. In the beginning, it may feel a bit forced, but make an effort to get out there and try to have fun. Meet friends, go out, and keep yourself distracted. Think of it as rebuilding a life without them in it. It may feel scary at first, but trust me, it will start to feel less daunting. This will also show them that you aren't sitting around waiting for their call. Lastly, don't dwell on the past when people ask how things are going. Instead, talk positively about yourself and focus on where you're heading in life. Share how you've grown since the breakup. Showing self-development is key here. It proves that time apart hasn't been wasted time, but rather a period of healing and self-discovery. Step 7. Now is the time to text them. It's been a while since you had your heart broken. You've gone through all the phases of recovery, but now you're wondering how to get back in touch with your ex. Of course, the answer is texting, but there are some things to remember regarding how and when to do so. First of all, there must be enough time passed between your breakup and this step. Ideally, you should wait for months before reaching out with a text. You don't want to come off as desperate or too eager, and it's essential that you have the upper hand in the situation if you want any chance at getting them back. When writing the text itself, make sure to keep it short and sweet. Don't give away too much information about how you feel about them or how vulnerable you are at the moment. Ask them how they're doing, or something simple like that. Mere small talk is enough for now. If they reciprocate and show signs of interest, then build on that conversation slowly. But on the other hand, if they don't respond at all, or if their response indicates a lack of interest, then no matter how much effort you put into this endeavor, it may be time to move on and accept closure once and for all. After all, no matter how hard we try, we can't make someone want us back unless they have true feelings for us as well. At the end of the day, remember that all the effort you've put into getting them back also ensured that you felt better too. You healed from the inside out and built resilience along the way. So regardless of how they may respond to your text, know that if nothing else, you've grown stronger because of this experience, and there's no going back. Getting back together with an ex after they've dumped you isn't easy, but it is possible if you follow the right steps. Use this video as a guide to get your relationship back on track, and make sure that your happily ever after doesn't slip away from you. If all else fails, remember, don't give up hope just yet. Love has a way of finding its way home in the end. Good luck.